All right, let's talk about that moment. You've spent hours, maybe even days, hacking a machine, and you finally get that flag. But then, your proof gets questioned. If that sounds familiar, this is for you. We are going to master the one non-negotiable rule for any serious cybersecurity lab report, so your hard work never goes to waste.
Oh man, we've all been there, right? That rush of getting the flag, followed by that gut punch feeling when you look at your screenshot and realize the IP address isn't there. Suddenly, all your hard work feels, well, fragile. It's not proof anymore, it's just a rumor.
And that feeling, that's what I call the wrong box nightmare. It's this deep-seated fear that after all that effort, your evidence just can't be verified because it's missing context. And that is exactly the problem we are going to solve today.
Let me tell you a quick story. I'll never forget this. It was 1:07 in the morning, I finally popped this box, and I was feeling like a champion. Grabbed the proof, took a quick screenshot, and called it a night. Well, the next day, I realized the IP address I'd so proudly captured was from my own VPN, not the target. I had to redo the whole thing just for one screenshot.
So I want you to put on a different hat for a second. Think like a reviewer or a grader. A screenshot without context is like a quote without a source. It forces them to start asking questions. And you know what? Every single question introduces doubt. Your job is to make sure those questions never even have a reason to pop into their head.
So, how do we shut down that doubt completely? How do we make our proof just undeniable? Well, we follow one simple, super powerful solution, the one screenshot rule. Think of this as your silver bullet.
And here's the rule, plain and simple. Your proof screenshot has to show the content of that flag file and the target's IP address in the exact same frame. Not in two separate pictures, not in the same folder, in one single image. This is what connects the what, the flag, with the where, the target machine. There's just no room for argument. Let's be super clear on this. A split terminal, with the IP on one side and the proof on the other, perfect. That counts. The IP shown right above the proof output in the same terminal window, yep, that counts too. But two separate screenshots, even if you took them a second apart, nope. And please, don't just copy and paste the flag into a text file. That definitely doesn't count. It's just impossible to verify.
This all comes down to the right mindset. Your proof should be like a store receipt. Seriously, it's not supposed to be exciting or creative. It's meant to be auditable. It needs to be structured, totally legible, and, honestly, kind of boring. And that's a good thing. Boringly factual is the gold standard here.
Okay, enough theory, let's get practical. We're going to walk through step by step exactly how to prep your terminal and capture that perfect audit-friendly screenshot every single time. Before you even think about hitting that screenshot key, you got to prepare your stage. First, clean up your terminal. Get rid of all the other command clutter. Second, bump up that font size. Nobody should have to squint to reach your proof. And third, and this is a pro tip, use a tool like tmux to split your terminal into two panes. This makes the next part incredibly easy.
And hey, let's be real for a second. If your screenshot has like 3 half-finished commands and some output from a failed reverse shell, you're making the reviewer's job so much harder. That's not personality, it's just friction. A clean workspace leads to clean evidence. It's that simple.
Now for the capture itself. In one pane, you run your command to show the machine's identity, like IPADDR. In the other pane, you display the proof file. With both of those outputs crystal clear and visible, you take one screenshot. That's it. It's a clean, repeatable workflow that just kills any ambiguity. All right, so we know what's CO2. Now, let's flip it. Let's really hammer this home by looking at the most common traps. Those little mistakes that are so easy to make but can completely invalidate all your good work.
Hands down, the #1 mistake is showing the wrong IP. It is so easy to accidentally screenshot your own attacker machine's ton0 interface instead of the target's ETH0. I mean, we stare at our own terminal all day, right? It's an honest mistake, but it's a critical one. Your screenshot must show the IP from the target system.
And here are the other usual suspects in our little rogues gallery of bad proof. You've got the split proof, where you leave a gap for doubt. The blurred proof, which is just useless. The cropped context, where you cut out the command prompt so it doesn't even look like a real terminal. And of course, the copy-paste trap, which just looks fake. Avoid all of these.
So, how do we make sure this all becomes second nature? You have to operationalize it. We're going to build what I like to call a proof pack, a simple, repeatable system that turns this rule into a solid, professional habit.
You want to know a real power move? Something that just screams professional? Add a simple evidence table like this to your report. It organizes everything, it helps the reader follow your steps, and just as important, it helps you keep track of your own evidence. It shows you're methodical.
And that really brings us back to the core philosophy here. Look, this isn't about jumping through arbitrary hoops. It's about making your work impossible to question. The goal is so simple. One screenshot, zero doubt.
So I'll just leave you with this one question. The next time you're about to capture that final piece of evidence, ask yourself, am I creating a receipt, something structured, legible, and verifiable? Or am I just creating a rumor that relies on somebody having to just trust me? The choice makes all the difference in the world.